Poof. We're here, ladies and gents. Welcome to the stream. Oh, what a week. What a week. Oh, who could have guessed that having a cat that broke something, you know, is stressful and whatever? Who could have thought? Man. Where was I? Oh, I remember this. Yeah. This feels like an eternity ago. All right. Man, on Monday, streaming totally slipped my mind. Because it was like, I think it was like half an hour before I usually go live. And like suddenly, seemingly out of the blue, our cat starts crying, like yelping in pain. Kinda the exact same sound they made when they fell and actually broke their pelvis. So we were like instantly panic mode, you know? What's happening? What did they do? Why they're doing this? Blah blah. We were calling the vet. Hopefully they were still available, you know? The vet didn't pick up. We were panicking. We were like, okay, we need to find like some kind of you know, like 24/7 emergency vet thing. While we were looking for that, I was like preparing the carrier. You know, we were in full-on panic mode. And then later on, our normal vet, they called back because That's a good habit they have. Whenever you call and they don't pick up, they will call back. We explain the situation, you know. They're like, calm down. They probably just, you know, probably moved a little weird, probably hurt themselves a little bit. Maybe just the healing itself might be a little uncomfortable. Who knows? So she kind of talked us down from the ledge, if you will. Need to pay attention. How about we won't waste our shit like this? Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so emergency got talked down from the ledge by our vet, which at that point we're already like almost an hour ahead, right? And at that point I completely forgot about streaming. That was just out the window. I don't think I even posted anything on Discord. I just completely gone from my brain. I was in you know, taking care of my little baby mode. But we knew we had a vet appointment today, so like 2 days later. So we were like, okay, let's see what's going on. You know, the vet was like, if something's not, you know, healing well, whatever, we'll see, right? So we went to the vet today. Bit scary, of course, going in with that happening. It's doing fine, healing really well. If he keeps up like this is literally what my vet said. It's like if it keeps going like this, you probably won't even notice they ever broke something. Good shit. It literally made my week. Wait, that laser beam one-shots you? That's wild. Okay, so I need to watch out for that. That means strong compared to last time. Or my weapon's weak. That could be as well. What the? Dude, that's fucked. He auto reacts. I mean, that makes sense. Oh wow. Trying to figure this guy out, because I feel like if I follow the path the game lays, you know, you attack him after like 2 hits, he starts auto blocking everything. So the brain goes, okay, 2 hits into blood form attack, right? But if I do a blood form attack, he auto dodges instead of auto blocks. So it's like, it's almost like they designed him to not take more than 2 hits in a row. Or 2 attacks in a row, which is kind of annoying. He also auto blocks Falcon attack, Falcon, what it's called, Flying Swallow, not Falcon. Dude, it's so insane. You hit him once with a guard break and you get what 1 attack in. Okay, already is, that's crazy. They made him tough. That's for sure. Whoa, that has a lot of range. I hate that dude. He auto blocks in the air. I don't like that one bit. No air combos allowed. He's using that a lot this time. Whoa, he just attacks? He doesn't even block? What the? I can see I still have health left. This game is lying to me. I can literally see in the blurry health bar that how little it hit me. Are you joking? This game's cheating. Dude, I hate. What the fuck is this, dude? Dude, that is worse the no hit stun is having a hit stun animation, but then just attacking as if he doesn't have hit stun. That confuses me. I thought he had hit stun. He did not. He did not have hit stun at all. Is this just a shit weapon? I feel like it's not doing much. Yup, the weapon was trash. How much easier was it with this weapon? Holy smokes. A new gig in the database. Whoa, when I use all these items. When did I do that? They should have a refill all button. Like, unless I'm missing something, there is no reason not to refill. Unless you need the money on hand, I guess. But since finding something gives you the exact same amount it costs to buy it, there really is no reason to not just fully stock up. Different dimension? Max health increase. Let's go.
Sate. また化け物がうようよ。おお。知っているのか。ああ。忍者と魔人には妙な因縁があってな。かつて黒竜の力を宿した的をめぐり。
He's talking about the early games.
的。
Oh shit, we're going in the Fiend world again. Oh, excuse me, damn. We're starting off strong today, we're yawning. These guys are strong. Bonk. Luge. Oh, there's more. Alright, one way to go. Except here, I guess. Whoa. Thought I had the wall run. I guess I was wrong. It's gourd, man. I forgot about that. Huh? I guess you can just run. As long as it's from behind. Nothing behind the waterfall. Bloop. Man, I literally zero issues today. But maybe it's because I was like pent up and nervous and we just went to the vet and it kind of like released all the stress. Maybe that's what making me tired. I don't know. Boy. But hey, bunch of announcements since last time, huh? There was apparently a state of play from Sony, which, like, beforehand, I feel like they were pretty clear and pretty careful as well. To be like, this is like, you know, Japan focused, you know, nothing big, nothing crazy. To that, the internet, of course, was like, oh, so you mean Bloodborne 2? So yeah, needless to say, it was kind of a, you know, there was nothing really of big interest to me, or at least nothing that I hadn't seen yet. And it was clearly like smaller stuff, right? Oi, oi, oi. What the fuck was that? Kinda hoping they show something new for Neo 3. But only for all the other KT games. Yeah, we'll see Neo stuff in due time. The enormous fiend. Sheesh. What the fuck? That's one. Let's get him. There we go. Nice. Well, anyways, a small state of play happened. Then, kind of right before I went live today, Valve dropped a whole bunch of shit. They're doing like a computer again, like a Steam machine, and they're doing a new VR headset. And like the weirdest, dude, they showed off a new controller, like a new Steam controller. I'm gonna be honest, that looks like one of the most dog shit controllers I've ever seen in my life. Dude, why is he not flying? Yeah, the controller looks like Omega ass. I don't understand what they were thinking. That's where we came from. Woo! That's a pitfall. Woo! Bang. It's triggering so much. Monk. New weapon skills. Wait, where do we come from? From the other side? Yes. And we have to go there, but I can go here though. Fuck, dude. Is that the way forward? That looks like a dead end to me. Ugh. Guess I'll use it. Here we go. Boing. Shit, I forgot what the button was. There we go. Ugh. Man, it takes forever. Cool. I had a feeling. Like, that's a lot of dogs. him! Alright. Is there anything else down there? Maybe you can swing? Maybe that's where I came from. I think that's it. In a minute or a whole minute or more. Mindlessly killing stuff. Yeah, I have that habit as well. Especially when the gate is so far away. Man, I'm gonna look for like an energy drink or anything because I'm like legitimately falling asleep. I need something with caffeine. Or maybe a walk. Maybe a walk. I'll walk it off searching for something to drink. Hold on, we're gonna do a not a full break yet, but whatever. I'll be back in a minute. Haha! Great success! Found some energy drink. Kind of annoying. I have like these tubs where you scoop into water for energy drinks. Because it's way cheaper than like... I used to buy like things like Monster or whatever off-brand stuff there was. But then I switched to the scooping kind. Because it's like... well, one, it's cheaper. But two, it's also like... What if I'm not in the mood for like the full thing? So you can do like half and half, you know, because they also have like caffeine free versions, which is basically just flavor powder at that point, right? But at least you can like, you can do a scoop with and without caffeine, so you know. Anyway, we still had some left over. Because the tubs are empty, but we had like a couple of sample packs left. So I quickly grabbed one of those. Powder, yeah. We're sniffing powder over here. Hold on, I'm catching up with the chat real quick. DF guy Oliver that they made more useful. What were we talking about again? Drop into normal desktop mode. Something. Were we talking about the Steam shit? I think we're talking about the Steam shit. What the? Why isn't that jump? Steam machine controller. Oh yeah, it looks like dog shit. That's what it was. Why is he not fucking grabbing? Jump there. Jesus Christ, that was weird. Yeah, the new Steam machine controller looks so bad. I'm still waiting for the VR AR thing that can replace my monitor. Then I don't have to get out of bed anymore. Well, technically, I think most VR headsets, especially the PC ones, or even the Apple one, do have like desktop working modes, whatever. To be fair, every time I've used like one of those desktop modes or whatever, it's just not comfortable. I think that's the biggest thing about a VR headset. It's still too heavy. It's still too, you know, you never get used to it being on your head. Right? If they could make one that's basic, I think the first ones that'll probably be good enough to do that. If they can get it minimum down to like ski goggle territory. Right? If they can get it there, I think people with like more of a high tolerance of shit on their face probably could already do it. But you know, to really do like a work thing, I don't know. We're staying a long way off. I've tried it to like watch a movie with like the Oculus, the 2 Oculus, what's it called again? Oculus Rift? Meta Rift? No, is it the Rift? No, what's the is it Rift, the standalone one? Oh my god, names. Yeah, Oculus Rift 2, that's the one I have from Oculus. I tried to, you know, like lay in bed and then watch a movie, you know? But it's way too heavy on your face. Even when you're lying down, it's not like pulling down, but it's like pushing onto your face. It's too heavy. It really is too heavy. And that's kind of an issue, right? Because on the one hand, you know, if you're gonna make it stand alone, it's probably gonna be heavy because it needs the compute stuff. But if you make it basically a fancy monitor, then you need something to drive it. You're probably gonna need a cable because I mean, in the like very best test case scenarios where you have like a really high performing router with like minimum Wi-Fi 6 or higher, you can do like the wireless thing, kinda. I wouldn't play anything fast because the latency just is gonna make you so sick so fast. So if you're gonna use a monitor style headset, cables are probably a thing. There's glasses with FOVs and is good. Did I want it yet? I know there's like that one brand. God, what are they called? VR headset, something with BR, big screen. That might be the ones. They look like ski goggles. They're like very expensive though. Yeah, apparently they're called Big Screen Beyond. These guys. That's probably the closest I've seen to like a full-on headset that doesn't look like stupid big. These are probably in the realm, like look, if yeah, compared to a Rift, these are at least in the realm of like, okay, I can see that they're like comfortable in bed. If you just want to lay down and watch a movie. Really, the use case for me to use this when laying down is like, usually my wife goes to sleep earlier than me, and then I either have to not be in the room, which is annoying, or when I'm in the room, I need to do some, because I'm not going to sleep yet. I usually stay up a little later. I'll have to do like some activity that doesn't make enough noise that she stays awake. Like, she has to be able to sleep through it. So in the past, things I've done is like use like one of those clamps, put the tablet, and then use earbuds to like watch some TV shows or animes or whatever. But then when you're ready to go to sleep, I don't know what it is, having a tablet hanging over your head and then going to sleep, I couldn't do it. It's too scary. I always felt like it was gonna fall on my head. So I always had like the inclination to start, you know, like putting it away. But that makes hella noise. So she woke up. So basically it comes down to, usually I stay in this room for now and then just sneak into the bedroom when I go to sleep. But you know, like a VR headset could, like if it's a small one, that could be, you know, you can just put it off, put it on your nightstand. That doesn't make too much noise. I mean, like extra visual, or like the actual like glasses. They look like the sunglasses type shit. Man, I should play some VR games. It's been a minute. I feel like that's how it always goes with VR. Like, unless you're actively into it, it's very easy to like forget it and not think about it. And if you're out of it for a while, like I haven't played it in like a couple of months probably. When the last time, I mean, it definitely was before I had cats, so it's like July, the earliest that I've played VR. And when you're out of it, like it takes a while, like you can't just instantly go in and be like, okay, now I'm gonna play like 5 hours in a row. No, you're gonna be sick as shit. You need like to start playing in short bursts again. And you'll get there, but at least that's my experience. I feel like a lot of people who are like, oh, VR makes me sick, they're like, a lot of them just tried it once, you know, felt sick within like within half an hour, like, okay, this is not for me. When in reality, there is like some acclimatization you need to do. But some people just generally can't handle it. You know? None of the VR games are good enough. Maybe like one or two will last a week. Yeah, I feel like VR has so few good games. Bit of a nation. VR usually has two types of games. Really good ones that you finish in like 3 to 4 hours. Or games that have length, but they're like clearly not like, you know, not good graphics, not like they're not big experiences. They're just like a lengthy, you know, like what's that game called again? Like Swordsmith or something, like fighting with swords and shit. It's like, yeah, you can play that a long time. There's like a lot of fights you can do, but it's always the same. It's like different weapons, blah blah blah, and it's just like empty arenas. It's not like a proper game experience. I need maybe 2 shooting galleries, not 600. Yeah. Though I feel like, you know, shooting gallery is one thing, but like the time crisis type games in VR are genuinely really fun. There's some games I have to go back to, like Assassin's Creed Nexus on the Oculus. I haven't finished that one. That one was actually really good, but also that is not a game you want to go into after not playing VR for a while, because that is like, it's Assassin's Creed VR. It's exactly as you can imagine. You are doing leaps of faith and all that kind of nonsense. So, and you're doing a lot of climbing, so it's very easy to get very queasy very fast. Oh, and there's like a lot of games where like Oculus kind of started doing the console exclusive thing, where there's like a bunch of games now that are locked to the Rift 3 or higher. Is that what the last one is called? Oculus Rift 3. I think it's the 3, right? The one with the yeah, that's the latest, I guess the latest one by Oculus. There's a couple of games that I kind of would like to play that are locked to that platform, which I don't like, because my highest quality headset that I have is the PSVR 2. And the irony being, I also have like the adapter to use the PSVR 2 on PC. So literally the only platform I do not have a high quality headset for is Oculus native shit. And that's like the one platform that's doing all these exclusive shit. Like there's that new, that I'm saying new, it's like 2 to 3 years old at this point, but like that Batman game, Arkham Shadow, I believe, that's exclusive to the Rift. And not even, I have the Rift 2. I can't even do that because it's like exclusive to Rift 3. There's also like I Expect You to Die, which is like a escape room puzzle game, but it's like, you know, it's like secret agent spy vibes. I always enjoyed those. There's like small little games, but they're really fun. That third one, because there's 3 of them. 1 and 2 I have. 3, I'm pretty sure is still exclusive to Oculus 3. Oh. Wait, so what's this? Nothing, eh?
お疲れ様。ありがとう。ありがとう。どうも。お疲れ様。
Yeah, there's some good VR games. There's just like a lot of bad ones. And look, financially speaking, it makes total sense if you think about it. Like VR has a high introduction cost, so not a lot of people are gonna gamble on it and you know, try it out. So naturally you're gonna have a small user base, which means if you're gonna make a game for VR, it's gonna be something, either it's gonna be like low risk, you know, it's gonna be something that doesn't have high fidelity graphics, doesn't have like the craziest mechanics, but is like a fully fledged game. It's just like a very not engaging one. Or it is very AAA in feel and look, but it's like an hour or 2 of gameplay, because again, they can't commit that much money to a game that has such a small user base, and not even everyone in their user base is gonna buy it. So it's like, you know, it is a weird market. I'm genuinely surprised, by the way, that there's not more games that have done the Resident Evil thing, where they just make a full normal game and then add the VR mode to it. There's only like a couple of games that have done that, and those are like, the Resident Evil kind of ruined VR for me, because when I got my first PlayStation VR, the original one, which was notoriously the more shitty one out there in terms of like tracking and stuff, one of the first games I played like a couple of demos of shit, and then I played Resident Evil 7, the entire game in VR. That is still, even with that headset, that is still one of the, if not the best VR experience I ever had. Because it was a fucking great game when it came out, and it was an even better VR game. And just hasn't been anything. I haven't played Resident Evil 8 in VR. I know it has a VR mode. But that came out after I already finished the game, so I never went back. And that's on PlayStation VR 2, so that's probably pretty fun. That's also a full game. I think Hitman has also, they've done PlayStation VR 1 support, and I think they currently upgraded it to PSVR 2 support, which was way more like involved and way more expansive. Also, I haven't tried that one, but that one also probably is pretty good because again, it's a full-ass game where they add and like enhance with VR. I'm very surprised that's not happening more, because you very easily get like a very meaty VR experience without like excluding your game entirely to the VR market. Do I want to use a monitor replacement? People in small apartments and shit might buy a $400 monitor that's also a VR helmet. Yeah, for sure. Like if it's so comfy, you can just use it as a monitor. That'd be sick. I wonder if you can you use the PlayStation VR 2 as a monitor for your PlayStation? I actually don't know that. USB VR 2 as screen for games. Can be used like a screen too. I like to play non-VR games, that's it. Yes, it'll display on a virtual 1080p screen. That is rough. Because it definitely has higher resolution lenses. But it does do 120 FPS. What would be my use case for that? No idea. Because it's a cable attached to your PS5. It's not like it's wireless or anything. And I guess they already fixed that issue with the PlayStation Portal. Dude, the PlayStation Portal, by the way, is, in my opinion, still one of the wildest accessories, because it's a controller with a screen in it. And at launch, all it did was remote play your PlayStation. So PlayStation sends screen to your device and you control and play from it over your local network. Small use case in my opinion, you know, if your console is at like your main TV and maybe someone else is using the TV and you want to quickly still play, like that's a use case for it. I can't really imagine anything else. They've added a bunch of updates to that machine over time, where at this point you can also cloud stream PlayStation games. So technically you don't need a PS5 to do that. You just have the device and cloud stream. And then recently they had an update where if you own a digital version of a game, you can also cloud stream that regardless of what's available in their, like, you know, like current Game Pass equivalent, I guess. You can stream your own digital games. When I read that, I was like, wait, that's actually a really cool use case. So now it's just like, even though it's cloud gaming, you kind of have like in your house a mini handheld. And you don't always need to turn on your actual PlayStation for it. You know, for like casual type games, that would be great. Except Sony wouldn't be Sony if they're like, how can we make this good thing really bad? How do they make it bad? You need the highest tier PlayStation Plus subscription to do that. So to cloud stream a game you own digitally, you still need a subscription, the highest tier, to do that. I feel if they really want to, you know, if they really want to get money for it without being complete assholes about it, streaming like the Game Pass cloud thing, sure, ask for more money, I don't care, I don't use shit like that. But like streaming your own digital games, just allow it to the basic tier of PlayStation Plus. A lot of people have that for online play anyway, because you're forcing that still to this day. But that would be such a, you know, that means people who are in the PlayStation ecosystem, you know, like I pay for PlayStation Plus because I use my PlayStation all the time. I want to play online. That would mean the PlayStation Portal would actually have more use to me, because it's already an expensive device. It would be really dope if they could make it run like digital PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games without streaming. If you could actually download it to the device and play them on it, that would be pretty cool. What the hell? Yeah, that's so fast to react to. Did he just block my move with his balls? Wow, he jumps forward. Huh? Wow, that followed far. What the fuck? Did they not drop orbs? Jeez. Boom. This boss is crazy. Oh my god. Oh no, 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 no! Oh my god, that final lunge. 15k down the drain. I really wanted to avoid that one. Well, I guess it's 15k down the drain, huh? I'll take it. Get hammered, bitch. Do you only get 12 skills? That really it? Bang! Chapter complete, let's go. Basic bitch ninja rating. Common ninja, that is basic bitch ninja. Alright, let me do a real break time this time. Hey, the walk and the drink did wake me right up, so it helped. Alright, give me 5-ish. I'll be right back. Let me pick out a tune. We're gonna listen to, DOA 1 sounds good. All right, be right back. Hoof. I've seen a large uptick in people sharing DOA stuff the last couple of days on social media. I'm not sure how I feel about it. On the one hand, of course, you know, anytime DOA gets a little more, you know, recognition, if you want to put it that way, I don't mind. It feels very cynical though. It feels very fake. I don't know what it is about this current, you know, it all feels very, oh, Itagaki passed away, so now there's like this small window of time where talking about DOA is like, it's almost like you can be negative about it because they're so close to the passing of Itagaki, even though the later games have nothing to do with him. But it's almost like now there's like this window of time of like, now you can do stuff, automatically get some attention, and that'll be gone soon. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm too cynical about it. Maybe I'm too much doomy about it. But, you know, I've seen so many content creators come out of the woodwork that I've not heard of in years. That all of a sudden they're like, well, I love DOA always, actually. And it's like, did you though? Because you were not around. They should have shout out something. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It would feel weird. Did you happen to get a good dump of the E3 2005 build? Yeah, from DOA 4. I skimmed that a little bit. You know, it's, how should I put this in the nicest way possible? I think it's indicative of where we are as the DOA community. That is interesting. Let's put it that way. Like it's interesting in a theoretical, you know, sense of what could have been or whatever. But we're starving, and that's mostly the reason why anything at this point is like, oh yeah, give it to me. It is cool. I will say that it's cool to look at for sure. But it's you know, it's DOA 4, like that's a while ago, you know. Wall run button is funny. It definitely feels like the type of idea that's like, that's cool, and then in practice it's like, oh, that is not, it's probably difficult to pull it off consistently, not finicky. Like, hey yo, speaking of DOA, sheesh. Damn, maidenless. Look at her stupid ass ones. Okay, that's the one thing about the design that's like, feels like edgy over design. The rest looks cool. There's also the last Itagaki one and the one that held the most mainstream appeal. Is it? I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to DOA, DOA 4 is probably the game that I have the least hands-on game time in and or experience, because I didn't own a 360 until very late. When I bought a 360, it was basically at the cusp of the new console generation after it. And I literally bought it for DOA 4 and Extreme 2. And I never really played a lot of it. I also didn't have Xbox Live, so I never got into the online. So that, to me, that game is like kind of a, you know, that's like a little bit of a, what do you call it? Like, you know, like an information. I can't come. I can't think of the word that I'm looking for. Because it's not that I know nothing of it. It's not like a gap in my DOA knowledge, but it's definitely not an area of expertise. The DOA 4 era. Huh? Oh god, I'm dead. I have literally no healing left. This better kill him. There we go, boys. I do feel like one of the big problems, if you're like a content creator and you're into DOA, like the current time is like dog shit, right? Because at this point, there's nothing left to talk about the quote-unquote current games. Like, every guide has already been made, every topic has already been covered multiple times probably. You know, doing like, I don't know, like deep dives in the old stuff, I feel like that's also been done a lot. Like, what do you even do at this point without any new game on the horizon, without anything? I guess an E3 demo build is what you can do, because I'm sure every DOA content creator jumped on that shit so fast, which makes sense. I'm not even blaming them, right? You gotta do something. Wait, I need to check the missions, because I feel like it's ignoring. Like, if there's new or anything, it just doesn't show. What I'm hearing is I should put on a tournament organizer. That's also happening a lot. Like online tournaments. Those are also happening all the time. With that, you even got the issue that it's like always the same people joining, I feel like. Which again, I feel like a lot of DOA's problems, quote unquote problems, are just down to the community needs to be bigger. if you could get somehow a big influx of people, then suddenly guides make sense again. Tournaments make sense again. Like, so much shit will get revitalized just by new people in the game, if you will. Or a new game. Or a Masters Collection. I feel, dude, I'm so baffled by Team Ninja. A DOA collection. Even if it's like 1 through 4, even if you ignore 5 and 6, and you just make a like old ass game collection and slap rollback on it, that would go so hard. Dude, 2 Ultimate and 4 online with rollback would go so hard. You don't even need to touch the graphics. I think people would absolutely accept the old graphics. Just slap rollback on it. I mean, like, do it properly, but you know what I mean. Ultimate move would of course be 5 last round with rollback. I think that would be the obvious move. Or because I feel like this is part of the story so many people ignore. Maybe that's a YouTube video waiting to be made. How come? Like, this is the part of me that drives me nuts about the discussion about DOA 6. So many people judge DOA 6 for the way it is compared to last round. As if, here's the reality. If you have the full game, like if you're the developer of the game, if you could get another 3 years and 2 full-on new versions of the game, like an ultimate and a last round, do we really feel like DOA 6 is unsalvageable? Like, think of the shit they added in DOA 5 Ultimate and DOA 5 Last Round. Like, so much of the stuff people love about 5 came in later. I don't know, I feel like DOA 6, you have to keep in mind that it's basically a launch game. It's a launch game that had a year of DLC support and barely like balanced stuff. Like, that was rare. They changed some stuff, but it was mostly bug fixes in terms of the height of floating and all that kind of stuff. And they quickly band-aided sidestep attacks, and they never properly fixed it. That's crazy. Add a power launcher, changed the ground game. Yeah, they added a bunch of stages too. Because again, whenever I'm seeing like comparing 5 to 6, man, 5 has so many better stages. Yeah, it also had like, well, I don't know even how many. Is it like double the amount? Like 5 has so many stages added later on as well. Same with outfits. Man, I will say though, there recently has been a video by, what's his name again? It's like a bigger FGC YouTuber, like Roof Monster or something. Whatever. Someone made like a YouTube video about like kind of like a retrospective of DOA following the death of Itagaki, you know, original. And all in all, it was actually a pretty good video. Ruvelmonger, he was even in chat a couple of times. Hey yo. Here? I don't remember at all. Anyway, all in all, I quite liked the video, right? But then dude, this drives me so fucking nuts, dude. I don't want to be the DOA 6 defender, all right? Because, you know, gun to my head, DOA 5 last round or 6, I'll play 5 last round, right? If push comes to shove, that is the better game, right? If we're being real. But but he's doing the whole, you know, oh, and this is in the old games and this was sick, and like that's all good, that's all great. And then he comes to DOA 6 and it's like, well, and DOA 6 was what killed DOA. And then he starts listing like all the bad stuff about DOA 6, and so much of it is like the typical, it had thousands of dollars of DLC. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It had a lot, not thousands of dollars. That is such old misinformation. Not only that, he presents it like that's the issue with DOA 5, doesn't even talk about DOA. I mean, that's an issue with DOA 5, but completely ignores the exact same DLC, more actually, in DOA 5 last round. Like, stuff like that drives me nuts. Or so much of like, again, describing what's bad about DOA 6, half the time I'm like, that's not true. But it's like the popular talking points, you know, that have been around for so long. At this point, there's almost no use in fighting them anymore. Because like the fantasy of those complaints is stronger than the reality, you know? I kind of like Rev said, DOA 6 has become brand poison. Mostly not because reality, but just the you know, the feeling people have about that game is just, you know, it's kind of like American politics, you know? Half of it is just vibes. They don't give a shit about reality and numbers and whatever. It's all vibes. And to that end, I'm 100% sure, 100% sure, if DOA 6 was not cancelled after a year, if they actually went on, invested in that shit, and we're like, okay, here's an ultimate, we'll change how the meter system works, we'll mess with sidestep attack, we'll mess with whatever, we'll make more interesting stages, they could absolutely have come back if they wanted to. It just would have cost them money and time. And they clearly were not looking to put that in. How about here's a hardcore and deleted the meter? I don't want to be a meter defender, but I'm always being put in the position. You know what sucks? You know, actually, the reality of things. You know what sucks? Always being the guy that's like, well, there's nuance to it. I don't want to be that guy anymore. I feel like both online and in the real world, it seems like so much more fun to be just like hardcore to one side. There's no nuance. It's 0 or 1. Binary shit, baby. I'm all in or I'm not in at all. Meter, throw it out. I don't even want to see health bars. That's a meter. Get rid of it. You say that, but I like the idea of visual design strong enough that you don't need the live bars. Dude, I've thought about that so many times. Where like, if you're playing a fighting game, so often it's almost a skill to, in between the fight, look at your health bar, see what the health is, or if you're playing a game like Street Fighter or Guilty Gear that has another meter at the bottom or whatever, like it's almost a skill to be up to date on your UI information in the middle of a match. If you could actually pull off a visual design on your character or whatever that makes it super clear what your current health is, and it doesn't look like, and you know, it doesn't look weird, not like a health bar on above your head, right, or whatever, but like, you know, if you could pull that off, that would be super sick. Like, you are correct. Guitar? I mean, we're going balls to the walls, baby. Yes, we will. Feel like we can do better than the Dead Space thing, although the Dead Space thing was really good for Dead Space. So here's the thing, we're playing DOA, alright? Your health bar, you divide it into 4 chunks, you know? 75, 50, 25, 0, right? 4 blocks. Each block is represented by a piece of clothing falling or a piece of clothing getting damaged. Let's not say falling off, let's say damaged, you know? The first 25% you get like a belly showing, you know? The t-shirt gets ripped. You know, 50%, oh shit, one of the legs of your trousers is broken. That's gonna be a bitch with different outfits though. Let's not do it. Like Soul Calibur, nah, Soul Calibur is more fun. It's like round 1, fight, 1 attack, underwear. Not a Gooner game, by the way. DOA is the Gooner game. Not Soul Calibur. Don't get it twisted. I think in 6 it was better. I think, was it in 5 or in 4? There was definitely one game where legitimately the first round with a custom character, you were in your underwear every fucking time. One of the things I think about is how to have partial costume damage without turning into underwear fighter like Calibur has become. Yeah, I think DOA 5 had some costume damage that was like not too extreme. I think one of the problems with costume damage is, though, in a game like DOA, I feel like you cannot get away from people want a lot of outfits, right? And if we don't want to become Street Fighter 6, where you get 1 additional costume every 5 years for your character, if you're gonna uniquely have every outfit be like, you know, it needs multiple stages of destruction, you know, for that particular outfit per character, that's gonna be a bitch. It would be, like, theoretically thinking, that would be a good way to indicate health bar, even though if it's really busy it might be, you know, hard to see, I guess. And I wouldn't necessarily want them to end up in their underwear, just like, you know, damaged shirt, damaged pants. You could do a really boring way where like gloves and shoes come off, then sleeves and pants, like gloves and shoes. But then every outfit needs gloves and shoes. I guess shoes you're probably gonna have, but then you get in weird stuff like, what if someone wears like high boots? Do the whole boots fly off? Like, you get into that territory. It gets complicated way faster than you think. If you think about the, you know, like the breadth of design you can have in outfits, it's a tough one, you know. Yeah, Yannis one giant sock. Yeah, that one flies off. Then she actually looks good with 2 normal socks. God damn. How else could you do it? Yeah, if you could make, I think that's the dream, right? Making a fighting game with no UI. I think that's like the ultimate, right? Maybe just like name round number at the top, just like a small top bar with basically spectator information, if you will. That's like the dream for a fighting game. But I think it's you know, I think we're gonna get health meters for a while. You know? I think it's just the easy solution. It works. Huh? Already? Okay. Let's go for it. Not the fish. Anything but the fish. Yes! Kill that dog. Cannot beat that dog. I can't even believe he just absorbed those orbs without using the charge. What the fuck is going on? Huh? What the fuck killed me? One attack. Let's do it. I feel like this weapon's dookie. I feel like it just does not do damage at all. It's like, oh, it's a lot of hits. It just takes a long time to kill anything. I think so far the sword is definitely the better weapon. Probably the stabby one, the rapier. That's probably the best one. It has so much movement. Where's the fucking... God damn it. There's another doggy. Have they ever explained how you get them off you? Like, is there anything you can do Is there any type of mashing, any type of anything to get the dogs off you? Because sometimes they let go really fast, and like now it takes forever. And I wonder if there's difference, if it's just a different animation, or if there is something you can do. It feels like you can't do anything, and I feel like I've asked it before. Is there like a guide or something? Help! Are there buffs attached to appearance? Probably not. Would be kind of funny though. Oh shit. Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, are these cool? Futuristic blades. Sure, why not? The big guy, do the big. Oh, I wish you could choose who you attack with that. Oh my god. Ooh, get absolutely fucked, bitch. Ah! Where's the orb? No orbs again? Oh my god. And he does the perfect aim. There it is. Another big guy and he's not aiming for that? Dog. Oh. I hate dogs. Oh my god! I couldn't even heal. The game, I was mashing the heal button, the game didn't allow it. Ay, ay, ay. I guess maybe during some animations, the healing just doesn't work. We got this, we got this. It's easy, boys. Oh, what the fuck? Why am I not getting obliteration? What the fuck? There we go. Always aim for the big guy. Stab him! Now! Jesus. I hate. Ooh, ooh, I hate the orbs disappearing. Ooh. That is a habit of the old games that I'm not getting rid of. The orbs used to stay around until you stop moving, but in this game he keeps absorbing the whole time. It sucks ass for ultimate technique. I want him to stick around. Level 3, I kind of expected something like this. More big guys. Oh my god! Cut these fuckers in half, not the fish. Oh my god, I was what is happening? Did they nerf the healing stuff with a patch? I was holding L2, but the menu didn't even pop up mid-move. Did they fuck with that? No, because I've healed mid-move before today. Ooh. Alright. Here we go again. Now I know there's a level 3. No orbs? Cool. No orbs, sick. Dude, obliterate technique, what the fuck? I see all these fuckers losing limbs, dying, and my obliteration technique is not triggering. That is so weird. Where did that guy come from? What is happening? Dude, he slammed me out of the air mid-combo. What a motherfucker. Damn, this is not a good run. Dude, he fucking absorbed the orb before I could have pushed a button. That is crazy. Couldn't even push a button and the orbs are already flying in. Nobody asked for that. Sure, why not? Let's go. Okay, why not? He can hit me up on the stick. Okay, that's new. That's new. Should I kill the big guys first? Is that what the idea is here? Should I kill the big guys first? Where's the orb? I literally just saw one. Sure, why not? I don't know what hit me. This guy? I feel like whatever they did in this game, my character, the last thing he will ever do is target the biggest enemy. Like, I was holding the direction of the enemy while pushing the attack button. My character wasn't budging. He's like, nah, I'm gonna just attack anywhere else, really. I think I just need to get good at perfect parry. I guess you can parry a throw. Great start. Does that do anything? Feels like it's such a shit attack. Oh! 50% damage. The dogs suck. Hmm. Wow, how did he know that? Oh, that is so fucked. He can just eat you out of the air, so you're never safe from the big guy. Oh, that's ass. When did I use that? Oh, I don't even remember using that. That's crazy. Did it go by that fast? Holy shit. The one time I do an attack where I don't want to aim at the big guy, he's gonna block it automatically. He goes straight for the big guy. Where are the orbs? I saw them. Where did that fucker come from? Not bad. We've had worse runs. We've had better, but we've had worse. Time to RNG. Fuck, RNG is not working. Where's the orbs? Where's the orbs? Dude, it chopped the big eyes in half. That's great. Wait, there's more big eyes? Pure luck build. Let's go. The fact that I chopped with insta-kill 2 big guys at once, insane luck. Insane luck. And now I'm out of healing items. I love that. You're like, nah, we will not let you replenish after purgatory. Before? Sure. After? Hell nah. Oh, at least there's a thing here. They were nice this time. Alright, let's rebuy everything. There goes my money. Oh? What about here? Or this is where we came from. Oh. Uh-huh. Water again.
Umi, Misaki, このまま奴を追いかけて仕留める。セオリを助けるわよ。セオリさん。Divine elixir. Where do you go?
Where did you come from? Another gate, man. Not dying, dude. This weapon does so little damage. Boom. Man, they better add an Ayane DLC, you know. They better add an Ayane DLC. They're not gonna, but they better. What the fuck is happening, dude? Divine Life Elixir. I don't think it even sold enough to warrant the first DLC it got, or is about to get, I guess. I feel like a lot of times when they announce like, oh, there's a DLC pack incoming X amount of time after launch, I feel like that's just calculated into the full cost of the game initially. And it's not like one of those things, you know, like clearly that's already been worked on well before the game came out. So they're not going to be like, well, the game didn't sold that well. Let's just stop working on whatever we have for the DLC already. I mean, they could, I guess. But I often feel like it's just calculated into the cost of, well, that's the cost of the base game. I don't know how well this game sold. And I feel like the hard part about that question is always, what were the sales targets from them themselves? Because we can look at like the market in general and be like, well, if it didn't sell 10 million, it's a bad game, right? Whatever your benchmark is. All of that kind of depends on the goal of the developer and the cost of the game to begin with. feel like in this day and age, if you're like a indie developer, you want to make a quick buck, it seems like the way to go is to create some sort of multiplayer game on not on Twitch, but it's often on Twitch, on Steam. You know, some like 3 or 4 player co-op game, or you know, like 8 to 12 player something, and like a game with like a social aspect to it. You know, there's a lot of those games, and sometimes one of those completely explodes. Like, they're not even good games or like big games, well thought out games. They're like, you know, $10 on Steam, small game, but it's like that social thingy going on, and then suddenly boom, millions sold. Need some streamer bait? Exactly. If you have some kind of original idea for a multiplayer game, like that's probably your best ticket to a big wallet. And then you can use that money to make the game you actually want to make, but probably don't have the funds to do. Or pocket the money and be like, I'm set for life. I'm not even joking. I'm pretty confident with a good idea. Oh shit. I'm confident. Like, let's say, you know, me and one of you guys, we think of, like, just spend time thinking of a good multiplayer idea. Even without any experience, I'm sure if you put your heads down, you can slap something together in like a year that, if you're lucky, would absolutely hit the right market with streamers and stuff. And you'd be set. Is that the way forward? Where did we come from? I guess we landed here with our boat. Sploosh. Oh, aerial insta kill. Let's go. Bonk. Bonk. I was not ready. That's it. That's. Sometimes I wonder what's the point of all that stuff. Wait, why are they attacking me? I was hitting the fiends too. Damn, he's lining up to be splooshed. Oh, I was not ready. I was like, oh, it's the same thing. Wait, hold on. Oh, fuck. Wait, we need to go back. Let's die again. I didn't even see this, dude. That's crazy. Does that mean the bird's here too? No. The bird is here. Wait, that also means this is a save point, which is good because it's 11 p.m. Battle techniques. Alright, let's call it a day here. I'm kind of glad I got the stream today. Because with the visit to the vet, it was kind of up in the air. Because I wasn't sure when we went to the vet. I was pretty convinced they were gonna take like, what do they call them? Here we just take pictures. Which basically means like, is it MRI? No. It's like the X-ray, whatever it's called, when you take a picture and you can see the bones. Because they did that last time, and then the cat gets like sedative, but that has like its own issues. Last time they had the sedative, when we got back home, you know, cat was still sleeping, but in their sleep they were like puking and stuff. What was the side effect of the tranquilizer? So I was kind of, you know, thinking maybe the cat, they're gonna take pictures again. He's gonna have to get sedated again. But no, the vet was like, all right, let's see him walk a little bit. Just look at him strut a little bit. Surprisingly, because you know, the cat's been locked up with the broken pelvis. So we haven't really seen him walk yet because he's not allowed to. The vet was like, let him walk around on the floor a little bit. I want to see how he walks. Yeah, he was surprisingly walking fairly decently already. It's like, man, what the fuck? The vet's like, all right, I don't think I need to take pictures. And then he like the little feely, you know, like squishing to feel if everything's like all right. So yeah. So no sedative means cat was healthy coming home. So nobody needed to watch over him that he didn't choke on his own puke or anything. So yeah, I got the stream. Nice. Because I have been missing a lot of streams recently and this game's fun. So, you know, I'm always looking forward to playing it. Anyway, let's call it a day, shall we? Boys and girls, I will be back on Friday. That is the plan, unless anything comes in between, but we'll see. Should be clear, should be good to go. Remember, on Friday, you know, there's another funny thing. Someone posted, I think someone in Japanese, I don't know if they're Japanese or not, I'm assuming they are, posted something about an update post from Venus Vacation. It was like, oh, it's like the 25th anniversary of DOA or whatever, right? Something like that, where, ooh, there might be announcements, but that the way it was typed out, if you translated it, it kind of implied they knew something and like something DOA 6 related was happening or whatever. That shit got shared around so fast. It's like, oh my god, is something happening for DOA 6? Oh my god, are we getting like an ultimate? Like, people were really getting in there already. My guess is no. Probably not. If we get something, that will be insane. And I'll retract my words. But I guess look forward to Friday, because I think Friday was when that was gonna happen. So yeah, I don't even know what it was about. I think it's just a Venus Vacation stream. Let me see if I can find it again. DOA. I looked for DOA on Twitter to see, because if it was a popular post, I was like, oh, what if it's probably at the top. No, it's a bunch of posts that are like, this is age restricted content. People are gooning about DOA on the timeline, bruh. Sheesh. I can't find it anymore. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Now I want to find it, but honestly, I know it was on Twitter. I've never actually found anything on Twitter. To be honest, like the search function, I've never ever found what I was looking for with that function. Like when you look at the top posts, they're never the top posts. They're probably like promoted posts or something. Aha, I think I found it. Hold on. Can I pull this out? Ending on a DOA note. So this is the tweet in question. Now I don't know what this is about. Let's do translation. So this is, so a lot of people seem to think this is someone from Team Ninja or whatever. No, I think it's just a community member. Before the November 16th Venusfication 8th Anniversary Festival, coming of New Year 2026, making a major announcement on Friday the 14th. It's a separate matter from Venusfication, but for 2026. So we're including the possibility of DOA 6 returning. Please look forward to it. Fists are hot. I don't know what this is about. Are they saying like there's a Venusfication stream or anniversary or whatever? But this is the festival that's like in the game probably. That there's like an announcement thing that's separate from Venusfication. So it could include something for DOA 6, but like it could include something for anything then, right? Anyway, that got shared around a lot because a lot of people were like, what, DOA 6 news? Huh? Which is weird because I assumed everyone hated DOA 6. But if the idea arises that they're gonna continue with like a DOA 6 Ultimate, suddenly people are interested. How bizarre. I'd be down though. Dude, if they... People might not want to hear this, because again, DOA 6 is like... It's like a poison name at this point, but if they release DOA 6 Ultimate, so you'll have a native PS5 and whatever version, which, you know, for PC players doesn't matter. Maybe it's like a graphical update, but for console it will matter. If they do that, the native current gen version, roll back netcode, tinker around with break hold, break blow, like that kind of stuff, get rid of Fatal Rush, I feel like. That's a useless thing. Tweak some with that. Even if they don't get everything right. There's just like a new version. There's clearly some updating going on. Maybe some new characters, you know, like 1 or 2 new characters for an Ultimate Edition. Even if that would not be like the perfect version on launch, I would still be happy with that. With the idea of, well, if they do support it, they can keep improving it incrementally. Do I think that's gonna happen? Hell no. Hell no. That is some DOA community copium for like crazy. We're like, it's been 6 years. DOA 6 released in 2019. You know, in a couple months, it's been 7 years. Like, if they dropped the DOA 6 Ultimate now, it would be absolutely insane. I'll take it, but that would be a crazy move. But hey, I guess we'll see. I'm sure it'll just be bikinis for Venusfication or for Prism. Who knows? Either way, that was the stream for today, boys and girls. See you all on Friday. We'll continue Ninja Gaiden. And yeah, till then, take care. Have a good one. See you Friday. Bye-bye.